everyone, it's me, Jessica, and I was gonna do a get ready with me video um, and then talk about a topic while I got ready, but that did not work out so well. So we're just gonna quickly go over what is on my face, specifically my eyeballs, and then we will talk about the topic that I was gonna talk about. So let me get close. Just so you guys can see the eye makeup there. Ignore my hair. It's a mess. It's been up all day and I decided to put it down. It is what it is. We're gonna deal with it. Per usual. Okay. So, the main attraction of this video and this week is gonna be the Super Shock Color Pop eyeshadow. That's what I'm gonna be giving my thoughts on at the end of the month. So the reason it's going to be at the end of the month, normally my thoughts and opinions are at the end of the week. At least that's how I did it in the old days. But I have myself using these this last week of December into January 1st. And then I have this popping up at the end of January for the last week of January. So that's why I'm not going to do it until the end of the month on like my overview thoughts on these. But yeah, so I used the brown side on the outer corner and then the blue, icy blue side I used on the inner corner on the lid. Then in the crease I have the In Studio Cosmetics eyeshadow. I haven't really formed a full solid opinion on this shadow yet. I'll probably keep using it with these ColourPop singles just as a crease shade to kind of deepen things up a little bit. This is in the shade Rebel. These are like 95 cents at Walmart. They randomly popped up, I think, over the summer. It might have been the springtime, but I decided to grab them up, and I think I only have 3 now because the other ones just were not anything good. But using this was okay today. It was a little rough. It was kind of hard to blend out, but it was alright. It was workable. For my transition shade, I used Creme Brulee from Wet n Wild. If you guys used to watch me, you know I love this shade. It's a great single shadow to use with other single shadows without having to pull a palette out to get those transition shades. And then I used this white shade from Wet n Wild for the brow highlight shade. Then for the lashes, I used the Tarte's Lights Camera Flashes Mascara. This is the free birthday gift from Ulta this year, so I went ahead and cracked that open. And I've been using it, and I've been really liking it, honestly. Then eyebrows, tried and true e.l.f. Wax and powder duo. I just use the wax side though. It gets the job done. Highlighter, I use the L'Oreal Lumi highlighter thingy, mostly just because I really want to use it because I have it, but I don't have an opinion on it yet. And then blush, which is very pigmented, by the way, is this one right here. And it is from Beauty Benefits. This you can get at the Dollar Tree. And it's worth it, in my opinion. This is a great blush. So that's kind of... Oh, and then on my lips I'm wearing the NYX Lingerie and Exotic. So yeah, that's my overview of my makeup. Anyway, to talk about the topic on hand, the one that I was rambling about while I was trying to get ready and I just failed. This might be a little rambly, so I apologize, but it's basically my opinion on YouTube commentary / drama channels and kind of how 2020 affected those channels in a way. Because I used to consume so much drama channel content because, you know, it's all fun. You know, you're talking about these YouTubers and the crazy stuff they get themselves into, and it's all fun and games until it's not. And I feel like this year, everything came to a head and became not fun. It became like personally attacking people and their livelihoods in a way that, like, in my opinion, okay, strictly my opinion, it's stuff that YouTube commentary channels should not be commentating about when there is no proof, there is no actual, like, case open as far as I'm aware to the deep allegations that are being made against the YouTuber. You know, multiple YouTubers have been accused of really terrible things without there actually being solid proof. And it's really sad to watch those people just get totally crumbled by it. Like, it sucks. And I feel like one thing that I wish all commentary channels would talk about more is mental health and how mental health plays a big role in some of the actions that YouTubers take. I feel like there's not enough emphasis on that. It's not an excuse by any means for any kind of negative behavior going on, but I think it does need to be addressed. And I feel like a better way to talk about the more serious things is by saying, look, we just don't agree with this type of content being out there. Can you please explain yourself? Can you please apologize? And can you please do better? And then, like, how can we help you in general as a community to get through any mental health issues you may have? Or, like, how can this help other people down the line? You know, something along those lines would be awesome, instead of just completely destroying people left and right. And I don't know, to me it was just really eye-opening to see all of these channels just jump on this train of basically you're going down, okay? That's what it felt like, and I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable. It made me really upset. I'm somebody who, I don't like when people's feelings are hurt. I don't like those controversial jokes. I don't like jokes about sensitive topics. I don't like mocking people. Just overall, I don't like that kind of content. I never have. I never will. But there is a big part of me that understands. And it took me a long time to understand this. And it took me being friends with one of the most amazing people I know to understand this. But some people just deal with their past through terrible, terrible jokes. And that's okay. You know, they don't deal with their past the same way I've dealt with mine. And even if we've had similar pasts, they don't deal with it the same way. They make maybe self-deprecating jokes, maybe terrible jokes about certain topics, certain groups of people, certain things, and I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's okay, but that's their way of coping with their past pain. And I think that's something that we should talk about. Not to say it's okay to do that, but to just recognize that that is a coping mechanism for some people. Like, I feel like that's really important. Instead of people just jumping on like a cancellation wagon or a hate train wagon or whatever, we need to step back and be like, is it possible that this was done because of past trauma? Is this possible this was done because there is money involved? Is it possible this has been done because someone is upset at somebody else? Like, we need to look at the why before we jump and like accuse people of heinous things. And I feel like almost every big YouTuber that has been talked about in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, I think it goes all the way back to then. Every big YouTuber that has been talked about has been accused of like heinous things that have not actually been proven at all. And I think that that's really sad. Like, yeah, you have proof that there are those jokes out there, or yeah, you have proof that there's this company competing with this company, and this person screwed this other person over. And yeah, you might have proof that there's this guy talking to this guy and it went a little too far or something like that. But you have no proof of like people who have felt, I guess, personally victimized. There's not solid proof out there. So it's not our spots to basically persecute those people. Like, that's my opinion. Now, that being said, I do feel like it's good to know, like, hey, this YouTuber made this joke and like, I'm not okay with it. It's good to put that stuff out there. I do believe that. And then from there, I think it's good that people vote with their views, I guess, if you want to say that. I think that that's overall a positive thing. I think overall, these YouTubers will see, hey, hey, people don't like this behavior, they're not watching my videos as much, and they'll change their behavior. But when we just have like a whole bunch of people just jumping on one person or a few people and just making them feel like garbage, like, it can go really, really wrong. And I would never want to be a part of that. And I hated seeing like these YouTubers that I have been on YouTube for 8 years now. Granted, I am not a consistent uploader, or I was not a consistent uploader. I took years in between videos. But I still been watching YouTube. So there's a lot of these channels that I watched at the very beginning of their channels. And it was upsetting to watch them just completely, I guess, make other people look to be monsters and not really think about like how they might feel in that person's shoes. Like, regardless of what's going on, how would you feel if you had millions and millions and millions and millions of people like just crapping on you? It wouldn't make you feel good. And it bothered me that that's how the whole commentary community as a whole handled those situations this year. It really opened my eyes, and just kind of upset me. And I hope that in the future commentary channels do better. I hope that what I would like to see every channel do is just promote the importance of mental health, promote the importance of, like, I don't know, just not being terrible people. Like, I don't know, like, but promote more of the other aspects of it than just the situation itself. It'd be really cool to see that shift, because this year was a total crap show and it sucked. And then we had COVID happen, which also sucked. So I don't know, like, my whole view just kind of changed on the commentary community. I miss when it was very much just like, hey, Jeffree Star did this, and Shane replied with this, and Tati did this, and James replied with this, and I kind of think this. What do you guys think? Just nice and simple, and just kind of reporting, maybe throwing your opinion in there, but not in a way where a bunch of people are just gonna go and be completely horrible to those people you mentioned. I miss that. Now, that being said, I will say my favorite commentary channel that I've watched, after really thinking about it, is The Right Opinion. He does a good job. He takes like a YouTuber and then he breaks down like basically their whole YouTube career and puts it out there, and kind of throws in his opinion in there, but also leaves you room to make your own decision. And their videos are really well put together. I really like their channel a lot. I would say that excuse me, I have the hiccups. I would say that is like my favorite commentary channel. I used to watch a lot of commentary channels. There are some channels that sometimes I still watch, and then there's others that I don't choose to watch anymore. And most of them, in fact, probably all of them, I have watched since they started YouTube. And it's been really interesting to see how gaining more subscribers has impacted their channels and has, in my opinion, changed the way they do things or view things or say things or act. It's been really interesting to see how that happens. But overall, I am genuinely against cancel culture of specific creators. I'm not against cancel culture of specific things, if that makes sense. Like, for example, right now, and I will do a video on this soon, but right now there's a whole movement of getting kids off YouTube, getting kids off Instagram, getting kids off TikTok, getting kids off of social media. And that's something I can really get behind. I'm not someone who thinks like if you have a family vlog channel that your kids can never be in it. But I am someone who thinks that your kids should not be put in a situation where they feel like they are the breadwinners of the family, where you're posting stuff that if they went to school, they might get bullied about. I'm not someone who believes in that. I don't think your kids should be your cash cow, essentially. There's family vloggers that put up like their kids' like biggest moments, life moments, becoming a woman type of moments. And there's family vloggers who film injuries, and like it's like I can't imagine being a kid and I get hurt and the first thing my mom does is stick a camera in my face. Like, that's not good. I feel like we need to protect kids on this. I feel like it is an issue throughout every platform. But I'm not against like you're vlogging like your day. Like, let's say I have a vlog and I'm vlogging like, okay, I'm getting ready for work. I don't have any kids, but if I did have kids, like, okay, I'm getting ready for work. I'm getting them ready for school. And like, let's say we're eating breakfast and we're talking about something real quick, or we're doing like a show and tell thing where they want to like show something that they are proud of or something. I'm not necessarily against that, but when it's like, I guess in my opinion, if it's anything like, let's say my kid's name is Susie and it's like, Susie did this today, and I had like a clickbaity thumbnail and a whole production around Susie, that's where things get really just distasteful for me. If you can't do your YouTube channel and make money without your kids in it, then that's a problem. Like, your kids can be in there, but not to the extent some of these family vloggers have their kids in there, and that's it's a big huge topic right now. Dad Challenge podcast, Dad Challenge channel, his name is Josh. I don't always agree with his antics and stuff. Like I said, I'm not a big cancel culture person, so sometimes he'll go really hard on certain creators, or a lot of times he does, and I'm not really for that. But the overall message that he has, and the overall, like, let's get kids off YouTube, let's protect our kids, I am all about that. I remember when I was in college, I did a presentation on sexual predators online. And I went to a community college, so it's a mix of, people who are just going into college and then older people. And the older people had no idea that there was this whole thing of like predators being online. But as a kid, I dealt with that firsthand. Like, I dealt with that. And it was like my goal eventually with my YouTube channel was to talk more about that kind of stuff. But I just never really had the courage to. And I think this falls right in line with that. It's not like, I mean, I hope this isn't happening, like that predators are talking to these kids. However, like, predators are watching this content, and that's not okay, and we do need to protect our kids. So it's something that I really do feel like speaking out about, and you will see a whole video on that. But overall, I just wanted to say the gist of this video. I kind of went on a tangent, but overall, YouTube commentary channels, I'm not really too sure about them anymore. I really wish they would talk more about mental health and the importance of not canceling people. More, I know that some of them mention it, but I want them to do a better job. I'm not a huge fan of commentary channels anymore. I do still watch them just to see what's going on, but I just feel like the whole commentary community has become pretty toxic in general. And I think that sucks. And I'm sure a lot of them will completely disagree with me, and that's fine. It's totally cool. And then also, I don't believe in cancel culture of specific people. I do believe in cancel culture of things. So, like, certain types of jokes that may have been totally okay 10 years ago are not okay now, and I can get behind that. I can get behind the cancellation of having kids on YouTube, but I can't get it behind, like, canceling a specific YouTuber. Unless there's full-blown proof, such as a police report or something that has, like, true evidence of something that they did. That's just my opinion. Maybe it can change, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions down below. That's just where I stand. That's just where I'm at. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.